Okay, welcome to today's class. Today we'll be looking at something interesting. Let's go through what we have today. Let's look at percentage. No need to say mathematics because whatever I'll do here is mathematics. So let's look at percentage. Percentage is actually a number per 100. Per 100 means all over 100. You understand what I'm saying? So now when you hear about percentage, what do we look at? If you have 20%, 20%, what this means is 20 over what? 100. You can equally say 20 times 1 over 100. So you can, 0 here can cancel 0. We are left with 2 over 10, reduced to the lowest term, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 5. So it is expressed as a fraction as 1 over 5. And you can actually express this 20% can equally be expressed as decimal. This 0 cancels this. We have 2 over 10. This is a decimal fraction where you cancel 0 here, move the point from the back to this point. So you have 0.2, which is centered at 0.2. You understand what I'm saying? So now, but this is not just the part I want us to explore. If they give you a number which is in fraction and they say you should express it as percentage, imagine having 2 over 5 in percentage. Express this in percentage. What do you do? If they give you a fraction and they say you should express it in percentage, you times by what? 100. Not just fraction, decimal. Times by 100. 5 here is 1. 5 here is 20. 2 times 20 is what? 40%. This is percent. Now, if they give you decimal, maybe 0.25, and they say you should express this as a percentage, express a number as a percentage. Listen, first thing is that the number doesn't have this percentage sign. That's first thing you will notice. So express this number as a percentage or in percentage. Now, what you do is to times by 100. And one good thing after the one you do multiplication, at the end of multiplying by 100, it will now attract this sign. You understand what I'm saying? So here we'll be having, now you should learn the tricks of multiplying with decimal. Multiplying a number by 100, multiplying especially decimal by 100, you just move decimal point forward. So in multiplication, you move it forward. In division, you move it backward. So here we're going to have 1, 2. So we'll be having 25 because of we have 2 zeros here. We'll be having 25 times 1. You cancel 2 zeros and you move 2 places. 25 times 1 is 25. So this is 25 what? Percent. You understand? Even when they gave you something like 0.052 and they say you should express as percentage, this is times what? 100. And this will give you 1, 2. You move 2 places. 1, 2. So here we have 5.2. Now 5.2 times 1, which will give us 5.2%. You see how simple it is. So now we'll be looking at more questions. Let's find more questions and solve it on percentage. So after here, where do I start, sir?
Let's get a question.
Okay. Now after this, the next thing we'll look at is, let's look at finding percentage. Find, let's say 25%, 25% of 84. Now you have a question like this. What do you do? What you do here is you now go, you say 25%, meaning 25 over 100 or 25 times 100 times 1 over 100. 25 over 100 times 84. What can go? 25 here is 1, 25 here is 4. 4 here is 1, 4 here is 2, 4 here is 1. So we have 1 times 21, which will give us 21. So 25% of 84 is 81. So now finding percentage of something is just that number per 100, meaning all over 100 times the number they give you. Now let's go to something I want us to learn. Increase and decrease. Now, if we have a question on increase and decrease, imagine increase 80 by 20%. Now increase 80 by 20%. Now I'll tell you the way they taught you and I'll tell you how to go about it. They may have taught you 20% of 80. You do 20 over 100 times 80. 0 cancel this, 0 cancel this. So have 2 times 8, which will give us what? 16. Now at the end, you come and do 80 plus 16, and your answer will be 96. That's correct. That's for increase. This is correct. But I wouldn't like you to stress yourself much doing this. And moreover, these are children, these are students who may be in exam due to exam curiosity, due to being anxious. They'll forget to add what they got, because examiner will put this thing in the question, in the option. So now the thing to do here is, first thing to do is to increase. They said increase, and know it that if they said increase, your answer can never be less than the number they gave you. If they say decrease, your answer can never be up to the number they gave you. So since they said increase, a complete percentage is 100. You are doing 100 plus what? 20, all in percentage, which will give us 120%. You already increased it in percentage before finding it working with 80. So you have 120%, which is 120 over 100 times what? 80. 0 here cancels 0. 0 here cancels 0. So we have 12 times 8. 12 times 8 is 96, which you know. How do I get 96? 8 times is 16. Right is carry 1. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1. 96. So 96 is the answer. Now let's look at decrease. Imagine having a decrease of, let's say, decrease, even the same 80, or let's use another number, decrease, which number do you want us to use? Decrease 50 by, must not be a number that ends in 0. Let's use 124 by 25%. By 25%. What do we do here? Here we have, what we're going to do here is, you do solution to it. Since we say decrease, what we're going to do here is 100 minus 25. So which will give us 75. So we're having 75% of 124, which will give us 75 over 100 times 124. What can go? 5 can go, and 25 can go itself. 25 here is 3. 25 here is what? 4. So we have 3 over 4 times 124. So 25 going into this will give us 3. 25 going into this will give us 4. So we'll be having 3 over 4 times 124. Now 4 here is 1. 4 here is what? 3. 4 here is 1. So we'll have 3 times 31. So 3 times 31 will give us what? 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. So this is the answer to this question. So let's solve question on what problem, which should be harder, or what you perceive as being hard. So we have a trader or a lord, just like people have B lord or VDM. A lord bought phone, or your goods, bought iPhone 2. Yes. Let me use iPhone X. Good. iPhone X for 8,000. 8,000 is too cheap. That means, okay, maybe he bought it in USA. So USA should be cheaper than China. Bought it for 8,000. Let me use 8,000. 8,000 and sold them. You know that A-Lord is not greedy. He's not a greedy businessman. Sold them for 9,600. Of course, you should know the profit already. So find the profit percent. Find the percentage profit. So now this is the question, and let's find the solution to this question. A-Lord bought iPhone X for 8,000 and sold them for 9,600. Find the percentage profit. First thing is to know the profit. Profit is equals to, profit or gain is equal to the selling price minus cost price. If the selling price is bigger than the cost price, you are making profit. But if the cost price is the production price, the amount it consumed, or the amount it takes for you to produce an item, it costs for you to purchase an item, the purchasing power, or the amount it takes for you to get up with something. So both the cost, the transportation, and everything, that's your cost price. While the selling price is after you've added your profit, the amount you want to gain, the amount to push it out there. So that's the what? Selling price. So if the selling price is bigger than the amount it costs you, that means you are making a profit. And the selling price of the phone is 9,600 minus the cost price. Remember, some people's selling price is another person's cost price, because I may be producing this board and it cost me 5,000 to produce this board. I sold it for 8,000 and the person bought it 8,000, selling it for 9,600. That 8,000 is my own selling price. It is his own cost price because that's what it cost him to buy it. Then the person may be staying there, that same place he bought it without spending any money for transport, sell it for 9,600. His own selling price is 9,600. So I want you to understand, this is business. Mathematics is business. Let's make our profit here. But I can only make profit if you like and share this video. Back to the question. So here we have 800 minus 8,000. So if you minus it, our profit here, or the profit of A-Lord, is 1,600. So now if they ask you to find percentage gain or percentage profit, let me put it, percentage profit. Percentage profit will give us the profit all over cost price times what? 100, which will give us 1,600 times what? All over cost price. The cost price is what? 8,000 times 100. 0 cancels 0, so we'll have 1,600 all over 80. 0 here cancels 0. We'll have 160 all over 8. 8 here 1, 8 here 2. 8 is 0, 0. So the answer is 20%. The profit percent or the percentage profit is equals to 20%.